What if everything we believe about this world is an illusion? What if humanity had forgotten its true origin? And what if there were a perfect realm beyond the stars, beyond time, beyond human understanding? Today, we are going to explore one of the deepest and most mysterious teachings of antiquity, Gnostic cosmology. A hidden knowledge that claims that human beings do not truly belong to this world, that our spirit comes from a higher reality. So there is a path to awaken and remember who we really are. Get ready for quite a journey into the mysteries of the Pleroma, the Aeons, Sophia, Barbelo, and the origin of all humanity. Because this story continues. It begins before the birth of the universe, long before the creation of time, long before the appearance of the stars. In the beginning, nothing we know existed. There were no galaxies, no angels, no dimensions, no matter, no time. Only the Supreme Source existed, the Unknowable God, a monad, the One, an infinite reality that transcends all description. So immense that no human word can define it, so perfect that no created mind can fully comprehend it. It was not a God sitting on a throne. It was not a glorified human being. It was the absolute totality, the infinite light, the eternal consciousness, the origin of everything that exists. And from that inexhaustible source, the divine manifestation began to emerge. The first emanation of the monad was Barbelo. The first thought, the first image of the divinity, the heavenly mother, the spiritual matrix of the higher worlds. The ancient Gnostics described her as the fullness of grace, wisdom, and perfection. Barbelo was not created. She emanated directly from the source as a perfect expression of the supreme light. And together with the monad, the expansion of the divine worlds began. Not a material creation, but an expansion of consciousness, an expansion of light, an expansion of perfection. The Pleroma arose from the Supreme Source and Barbelo, the realm of fullness, union, and perfect reality. The original home of the spirits, a realm where suffering does not exist, where fear does not exist, where separation does not exist. Everything is united in perfect harmony. Everything vibrates with absolute knowledge. Everything shines with an infinite light, impossible to describe. The Gnostics taught that the Pleroma is the true spiritual homeland of humanity. Our origin, our forgotten home, our eternal inheritance. There dwell the Aeons. The Aeons are divine emanations, aspects of infinite perfection. They are not simple beings. They represent eternal principles of reality. Reality, wisdom, truth, life, knowledge, understanding, grace, love, power. Each one reflects a quality of the Supreme Source, and together they form an immense spiritual family of light. For countless eternities, everything remained in balance. Harmony was absolute, fullness was perfect, but then something unexpected happened, something that would open the door to imperfection. And the name of that knowledge was Sophia, the divine wisdom. Among all the Aeons, there was an extraordinary figure, Sophia, wisdom itself, one of the highest emanations of the Pleroma, brilliant, radiant, powerful, driven by a deep desire for knowledge, to be the Supreme Source directly. But in that desire, a cosmic event occurred that would alter the perfect origin of the universe. And from that mystery would emerge one of the most controversial figures in the entire Gnostic tradition, the Demiurge. According to Gnostic traditions, Sophia, the divine wisdom, wished to contemplate the absolute mystery of the Supreme Source by herself. Her longing was immense. Her desire was to directly understand that which was beyond all of creation. But this act happened outside the perfect harmony of the Pleroma, and from that imbalance arose an unexpected consequence, a shadow, a distortion, an incomplete consciousness. Thus was born an entity that was unaware of the existence of the higher worlds, an entity separated from the fullness, an entity that did not know the true source. That being would be known as the Demiurge. The Demiurge awoke in the darkness. He was unaware of the existence of the monad, unaware of the existence of Barbelo, unaware of the existence of the Pleroma. And by not knowing what was above him, he came to believe that he was the only existing God. He believed himself to be the origin of everything, believed himself to be the absolute sovereign son, believed himself to be the supreme creator. But in reality, he was a limited being, an imperfect architect, an incomplete consciousness. And driven by his own ignorance, he began the construction of the lower worlds. The Demiurge did not act alone. From him emerged the Archons, cosmic powers responsible for sustaining the structure of the material universe. The Gnostics described them as rulers of the lower spheres, guardians of the veil, administrators of the prison of ignorance. Their function was to keep souls asleep, to keep humanity identified only with matter, to keep hidden the memory of our true spiritual origin, not through physical chains, but through illusion, through fear, through confusion, through forgetfulness. Then the physical cosmos appeared. The stars, the planets, the bodies, matter, time, birth, death, everything we know. For the Gnostics, this world was not the ultimate reality. It was an imperfect copy, a distant reflection of the higher realities. A shadow cast from the light, from a much greater light. That's why humanity constantly experiences a sense of emptiness, a sense of longing, as if something were missing, as if it belonged somewhere else. Because according to Gnosticism, that's really how it is. But something extraordinary happened. The Supreme Light did not abandon humanity. A spark of the Pleroma was planted inside the human being. A divine seed, a fragment of eternity, a hidden memory of our true origin. It can't be destroyed, it can't be extinguished, it can't be eliminated. It remains hidden deep within the spirit, waiting to awaken, waiting to be recognized. That's why the Gnostics claimed that the true treasure is not found outside, it's found within. Salvation, according to the Gnostic tradition, does not come solely from believing. It comes from spiritual knowledge, gnosis, not intellectual knowledge, not an accumulation of information, but an inner awakening, a deep recognition, a remembrance of the divine origin. Gnosis is the moment when the soul remembers who it is. It's the moment when the spark awakens. It's the moment when the veil begins to break. It's the moment when the prison loses its power. The Gnostics taught that the destiny of the spirit is not to remain trapped in ignorance. Its destiny is to return to the light, to return to the truth, to return to fullness, to return to the Pleroma, where suffering does not exist, where division does not exist, where fear does not exist, where everything once again partakes in the supreme unity. The journey of the soul does not end. It does not end in this world. This world is only a stage, a temporary setting, a school for awakening, an opportunity to remember. And so ends one of the deepest cosmologies ever conceived by human beings. The story of the monad, the story of Barbelo, the story of the Aeons, the story of Sophia, the story of the Demiurge, the story of the divine spark hidden within humanity, a vision that affirms we are much more than we believe, that our origin is not darkness but light, that our destiny is not oblivion but remembrance, and that beyond experiences there is a higher reality waiting to be discovered. Maybe the real question is this: will you remember who you are? Will you awaken the spark within you? Will you begin the journey back to the source from which you once emerged? The answer, according to the ancient Gnostics, has always been within you.